Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch a popular film for fans of the genre. This one is called The Monster Squad. Let's check it out. It was a time of darkness in Transylvania 100 years before this happened. A time when Dr. Abraham Van Helsing and a small band of freedom fighters conspired to rid the world of vampires and monsters and to save mankind from the forces of eternal evil. And they blew it. The film starts with a bat transforming into a somewhat human. And who's the famous vampire? Of course, it's Count Dracula. We're back in the past again. I believe these guys are going into Dracula's castle. There's an amulet there, it appears to be, and suddenly some sort of vortex opens up. She was trying to read something really fast. She gets sucked into this hole, and then everybody else does too. Back to modern times. Jason Hervey on the right. He's a bully, as is his friend Derek.
Oops. It's alright. I guess I must have a stupidity problem.
They're beating him up, and then Rudy shows up. Rudy doesn't like bullies, and the bullies are afraid of Rudy. Rudy makes EJ take a bite out of Horace's candy bar, which fell to the ground and got all dirty. Now we got on a shot on an airplane here. They were checking on the cargo. Turns out there's some coffins and crates or something. And of course, Dracula. Dracula turns into a bat, also dumps a crate, and escapes himself. Anyway, the boys have a club. They call it a monster club. Rudy has his sights on something else, though.
Way.
Hey, we're trying to do the test deal. You're gonna piss them off.
I'm beginning to like this club.
Rudy! Come on, it's a monster test. It's important, okay?
Dracula looking over L.A.
Let it begin.
He's got something planned. In the police station, Jonathan Grise, Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, is claiming he's a werewolf. And he just may be. At the museum, a mummy has disappeared.
You telling me there was this 2,000-year-old mummy here, right?
Uncle Rico is dead, but he turns into a werewolf now inside the ambulance. Dracula is now joined by Frankenstein's monster, the werewolf, the mummy, and the gill man. And they've clearly got something going on.
Police station. There was a guy screaming he was a werewolf, and they shot him. Then the body disappeared from the corner van. The corner guy was dead. So what? He got shot and a werewolf took his body? No, you pinhead! He was a werewolf!
Van Helsing's diary is missing. I want you to retrieve it for me. You understand?
The kids, of course, have the diary.
It is a talisman which wards off evil and is, how you say, indestructible.
They're talking about the amulet.
Every 100 years, at the stroke of midnight, the amulet becomes vulnerable, and at that moment it can be shattered.
Kids have a plan.
We get a virgin. A virgin? Okay, right. Then what? Well, our virgin takes the amulet, reads the magic stuff in the book, and blammo, we blow a hole in limbo.
And then Frankenstein shows up. Frankenstein's monster.
He is a little bit gross, Sean.
But he's actually nice to them.
I taught him to talk.
Oh, God. You read?
I kind of like this scene. Here's the Dracula has found this missing amulet he's been looking for, but it's surrounded by crosses, and it's going to be tough for him to get. To the 80s video music, the boys decide to make some tools, as they're going to go battling the monsters. That looks like Silver Bullet coming. A werewolf warns them.
No, don't hang up! He's gonna kill your son!
In the world,
Frankenstein's monster, he gives them a warning.
Is near. Master wants children dead.
So they go into the house where this amulet is, and likely all the monsters are too, and poor Frankenstein gets crushed. Will we see him again? They are surrounded in the house. He gets the amulet, but Dracula gets him. Thankfully, they're able to escape after Horace takes some garlic on his pizza and burns Dracula with it. The mummy. They managed to take one into the wrappings and use an arrow and shot it into a tree. And that's the end of our mummy.
I will have your son.
Dracula just killed a bunch of cops. Here come the sexy vampire ladies.
I don't believe this.
You gotta act quick, Rudy. Got a piece of dynamite for the Wolfman. That wasn't silver, though, was it? No, it wasn't. But Rudy's got a silver bullet. Horace takes care of the Gill Man.
Give me the amulet, you bitch!
Oh gosh.
They need a virgin to read this manuscript thing, wherever it was, which Phoebe does. And the vortex opens up again. Finally, we find out that Dracula is still alive. The wind is now sucking everything into the vortex, including our monsters. That's the end of Dracula. That apparently is Van Helsing who's come back. Everyone gets sucked in, including Frankenstein. Alright, let's talk about the Monster Squad. You know, this is a film that seems to be pretty popular amongst the horror fan community. I had seen it once before, but I honestly didn't remember a thing about it. I'm not even sure exactly why I taped this back in the day, but I did. Had it on a VHS tape. I probably rented it and copied it, or maybe I just taped it off cable. I don't know. But like I said, didn't remember anything about it, and I watched it today, and you know what? I get it. I understand why people are really fond of this movie. It's kind of fun. It's lighthearted, although there is some gore, and there are some people who die in this movie. It is pretty lighthearted fare, but it's fun. It's a well-made film. So you've got 5 monsters: Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, Gillman, and the Mummy. And they're all supposed to team up. Dracula wants this amulet, which, I don't know, help him rule the world or something. I don't know. But they've come back, and we have these bunch of kids who are in this club. They call themselves the Monster Squad. They're really big into monsters and stuff. And they, of course, find out about these monsters, and they decide they have to take care of them. And ultimately, they do. That's pretty much our film. Frankenstein's monster is friendly, though. I think Dracula goofed on that one. He brought the monster to life in order to use it, but it backfired on him. He ended up being friends with the Monster Squad and helping out everybody at the end. So That's pretty much it about this film. Obviously, I'm sure many people have seen this movie, and if you're watching this review, you've probably seen it as well. So I am curious what you think about it. I like the movie. It's available on Blu-ray now, put out by Olive Films. I think it was available on DVD too. I'm not sure. It was rated PG-13. The cast in this movie is not a whole lot of them, at least the well-known people. Jonathan Grise, who was King Vidiot in Joysticks, which I reviewed in this past week. He was also Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite. He plays the Wolfman, and he's the only one who really has any well-known went on to other things in this movie. Also, the kid who played Horace, he actually ended up dying at age 22 of pneumonia, is what it said on IMDb. So that's kind of sucks. So, but anyway, The Monster Squad, it's a pretty good movie. I liked it. So I'm sure you did too. Let me know what you think about it. Like I said, leave some comments down below. We'll talk about it. It's called The Monster Squad. You can get this Blu-ray for, oh God, maybe about $15 or so in that range. Pretty good deal. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below. We'll talk about it. The Monster Squad. Watch it. Bye.